Wood, paint some wood.
Good morning. So we're gonna do this piece of wood today.
Sweet
right
wood.
Here.
Sweet.
It's a nice piece of wood. We're gonna learn how to do wood grain and recognize that there's a great deal of translucency to wood, and it's all about layering up and letting each layer show through.
Okay, let's
so
go.
First off, you'll probably want to draw your
piece of wood out. It's just basically just draw a basic cube shape and shorten the back side of the cube like we've done with the 4 basic shapes, and make sure that each side has a different value, light, medium, and dark. That value contrast is going to let that form appear to have 3 dimension and not appear flat. If they're all the same value, then that would mean that that would look like it's flat. So I put a little burnt umber here, and I'm using these 3 brushes today, plus a cup of water and a paper towel and some burnt umber. And I'm using the white of the canvas, and every time I start a painting, I draw it, and then I do an underpainting to help map out that form. So an underpainting is basically monochromatic, one color, plus the white of the canvas, and you use it like watercolor. So you're adding a lot of water to this, and you're basically putting different values. The more water you add to your brush, you just add some water, the lighter it becomes. Dab it on my paper towel, a little more water, and lighter. So you got your 3 different values, and then you brush them in. So you got 1 dark value, 2 a medium value, 3 a lighter value, depending on the direction of your light source. So, next step is to do the opaque layer. So I want to look at the piece of wood and recognize, like, what is the major color and what is the value of that color, the inherent value or the value of that color. So I'm recognizing that there's about 5 different colors in here. There's like a yellow ochre, there's a raw sienna, definitely some titanium white that I'm using. There's different types of white. Definitely some burnt sienna, definitely some burnt umber, and definitely some raw umber. If you just squirt it straight out of tube, you can work the palette flat because it's so thick and viscous. That's not going to run around on you too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take from this palette here those 5 colors plus white, raw sienna, burnt sienna, yellow ochre, raw umber, and burnt umber. Is that 5? I'm going to go. My 3 brushes, just a basic round, and then 2 different types of flat. A wide flat like a number 4 and a number 2 flat. Okay, so I'm going to grab some of this color over here. Let's scoot these over a little bit. You can see them. And start laying it in. So I want to look at this piece of wood, get the main color. So I got a little bit of this yellow ochre probably, definitely a lot of white. Let's get more white because I want enough to cover that board. Here's some raw sienna, maybe a touch of burnt umber, maybe a touch of burnt sienna. See what happens. Let's warm it up a little. It looks like it's pretty reddish. Let's test it. That looks about right. I just need more paint. So I got to estimate. I want to do this whole area here, so I'm estimating or guesstimating how much paint I need. And I also need more water. If you find your paint drying on the surface, that means you're definitely going to have to make it the viscosity a little lower, a little runnier, a little thicker. So I'm just chopping in basically this form. You could tape off each section you're doing with tape, but you can also cut back in with that background color to clean up the outer edge. Tape's great, but you get, when you take off the tape, you get a little ridge, and people can read that. I'm also noticing that the brush strokes and the wood grain are going in this direction, so I'll probably do brush strokes like that because basically you could sculpt the paint and you can mimic nature with the type of brush stroke you do. So that's a good first layer. You want it to layer it up more opaque than that. Second layer is I'm going to do this base here. I'm just going to come to this corner here, get more of this burnt umber and burnt sienna. Keep that there. It's a little too watery, but whatever. We have plenty of time to fix that. Alright, so there's my darker zone. Now I need a medium one, so I'll just go in between these 2 to get my medium value. If I was smart, I would have went light, mix all this paint, then do my medium, then do my dark. But today it's not, my brain's not working. So here we go, medium value. Alright. 2. Alright. So I probably want to let that dry in between each layer. If you don't let it dry, it's going to dig it out. Okay? But so since I have this dark medium, this is kind of close to that, the darker grain. So I'm just going to start mapping it out. Maybe even darken it up a little bit more. And start mapping out where does this wood grain go. The value is probably not correct, and the color is probably not 100% correct yet, but it's at that weird stage and it's painted so thin. I'm just going to start mapping stuff out and then let it dry. Look, it's already digging it out too, so it's one thing you got to watch for. But it's already starting to look a little bit more like wood grain. Here's one there, there's one there, there's one there. Maybe something over here. Not looking for 100% accurate, just the feeling of it. So then I start layering it up even more and more and more and more. with different layers, and I get to some point like this. So basically I'm loading up 2 brushes at this point. So I'm loading up a lighter value. Let's put this more in this middle here. A lighter value that I'm trying to mimic that value of the wood, the lightest value here. A little raw sienna, some water there, probably maybe, and then I want my darker value, so I'll load up my brush with my darker wood grain value, which is this one here. And I want to make sure it rolls off the brush properly, so I'll dab it a little bit of water and mix some water in here. Alright, so I got my 2 values, and then I'm going to start laying this down onto here.
Slow down.
So now that I'm using 2 brushes instead of 1 brush, I can work a little faster, and I can blend as I go, wet on wet. And I'm not really worried about the outer edge because I know I can cut back into it later on. If it starts to drag, that means you need more paint, or you need more water on your brush. I'm going to put a little bit of paint water on this brush, a little more paint, and I'm going to come in, and I'm just going to... That looks cool. And a little bit too... Let's go, let it blend, let it work for me. My brush strokes are mimicking the style of wood. They're vertical strokes. Got more paint. Cut it in. Oh, Dave, I need to slow down. I'm going too fast. Not being observant enough. I'm just getting too much into putting paint on this instead of like actually. So slow down. When I slow down too and I put more layers in, I generally work smaller and smaller with my brushes.
Use your brain and slow down.
Like you're constantly thinking to yourself, what do I do next? Like I'm like, okay, so this looks like it needs something there. So I'm just mimicking the nature of the material in the way I paint it. Because it's translucent, I'm letting those older layers show through. And also in the direction I'm painting, and the thin and thickness of the paint, the way I'm handling the brush. I'm sculpting the brush too on the palette to make a nice chisel tip. And I'm just using that side of that brush to help mimic this wood grain. I think I got these 2 values, but I think I need to start mixing it up and maybe get a little bit darker value. The more contrast you have in a painting and an object, the more interesting it's going to be, and the more depth it's going to have. So, okay, got that. Let's put a little darker one here. Ooh. Just that, just doing that, just darkening up just a little bit, helps it feel like it's more saturated and more contrast, more interesting. Remembering that this is just the first couple layers, so I'm just adjusting the values and the colors as I go. This feels a little bit too warm, but I can adjust that on the next layer. It's probably going to take like 5 or 6 layers. More water, the paintbrush is dragging. I'm choked up on the brush. More paint. Okay, what time? Yeah, ooh, it's 11 minutes. Alright, so that's a pretty long video, but you get the picture. You just keep going, and then eventually, if this is all messy, like if you have something like that, you can go back with a background color and cut back into it and clean up this outer edge. See? So there's no penalty with acrylics. You can layer it as much as you want, and stuff won't show through if you make it opaque. So eventually, you'll get into your round brush, and you'll be putting little nicks and crannies and holes and highlights and stuff. You'll get over here, and you'll put little details to try to mimic this outer edge, this outer edge here. Basically, that outer edge is just like a bunch of small stripes like this. Here, let's do it real quick. More water, more paint. It's just a bunch of small stripes like this. I'm using what I already have there to come through, and then it's just details with a round brush, and you'll put all those little nicks in, like whatever it looks like in between each one, and slowly develop it, letting it dry in between each layer, and then you'll probably like put highlights, your highlights on your corners. That's too white, but you can adjust that later and all that stuff. I'm just going way too fast because it's a long demo. Yeah, so there you go, and then you'll eventually get somewhere with it. Here's one with color background. If you put a shadow on it, it's going to look like it's resting on some sort of surface, and it'll give it weight, but we kind of just paint these ambiguously. Alright, well, I hope that helps.
Gather around, boys and girls, for what I have to say. Dexter's here to guide you and help you along your way. It's time to dig deep into your heart and explore the chasms of your mind, and it's time to bring forth that masterpiece that's just aching to be set free. So let's create. 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 Let's create.
Gather around, boys and girls, for what I have to say. Dexter's here to guide you and help you along your way. It's time to dig deep into your heart and explore the chasms of your mind. It's time to bring forth that masterpiece that's just aching to be set free. So let's create.
Let's create.